Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, good morning, Cassie. You. Good morning to Bird Bird. Good morning to everybody. Y'all, I'm so happy that the news came out yesterday. I mean, on my Wednesday morning show, if y'all were paying attention, I did try to drop y'all a little hint towards the news. But that's going to be the bulk of my commentary. Let me go ahead and pin my message. Please like the video as you guys come in. Don't forget to like the video. But good morning, Cassie. You. Good morning to Bird Bird. Good morning to Ray Triggs, moderator member. Good morning to everybody. This morning's broadcast is brought to you guys by Monster Energy Peach. I was in the mood for a little fizziness, a little carbonation in my life this morning. So that's why I got my Monster Energy Peach drink here. I can tell y'all though I'm a little bit tired. Now, it was not for lack of sleep. I slept very well last night and then I woke up probably at about I don't know, about 3 a.m. Um and I had a package out there that I needed to get. It was my ring because I've been installing the ring stuff since it's been on sale at Amazon for Prime Days. I got the whole ring get up. But specifically, one of my ring cameras was had arrived. So I grabbed that, brought it in, and y'all, the inquisitive side of me just didn't let me go back to sleep immediately. I instead opened it up and started looking around, trying to understand the pieces, trying to decide if this is something I can install, XYZ. And while I was doing all these things, I was listening to Lemon. So I was in here fumbling and fiddling around with the ring camera for outside and fumbling around with the screwdriver and stuff like that, trying to see if this is something that I could actually install myself. And I'm just listening to Lemon and his hogwash. He came up with a bag full of lies to explain everything that happened with him and Triple. And I was able to listen to all of that while I was doing my ring. But then once I decided I was outside at like 3:30 in the morning. Ask me why, I don't know. I was out there trying to see if maybe I could mount that thing, and I took one screw out there, just one. And I was trying to use the screwdriver to screw it up above in the thing so that I could mount it. And the screw fell out of my hand on the ground somewhere. So then I had to come back inside, get the flashlight, go back outside. I was outside at like 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning with a flashlight, with a flashlight, looking around in the grass trying to find this screw that I just dropped, trying to install this mess. I'm like, oh my God. I'm looking around. I'm like, where's this screw? I need all four of the screws if I'm going to install this weekend. Where the hell is it? Thank the Lord I didn't have to keep looking for too long. I finally found the screw, y'all. It was in the grass. It had fell out my hand somewhere up in the grass, but I found it. And so once I had that close call of almost losing a screw out there, I was like, let me just come on inside and wait and do all of this stuff on Saturday morning. So I came back in and, settled back in to get some sleep. Um, Once I got settled in, I realized that Lemon lost a live. So that live that he is on, um, right now that he is currently live on, that is the second live. Let me say that again. That is his second live. The live that I was listening to with him while I was doing the ring camera in the middle of the night, that was the first live. He had his first live when I was doing the Ring camera, and he ended up getting rid of it and throwing that live away because of the language that was being used, because of the fighting, because Big Dot came on the camera and was feeling on her friend's booty. And then they had a child in the background, a child. And the child must have been shown on the on the screen. It was a lot of stuff going on there. And Lemon, because he just lost the channel already. What's good, Bernice? Good morning. Because he lost the channel already recently, he was scared to leave that live up, especially with some kid, a baby in the background, and then they feeling on booties and stuff. That he got rid of that one. And once he got rid of that one, this then he came back again complaining about the fact that he had to get rid of that 6 hour live. And I could believe that live was 6 hours because he did a whole bunch of 6 hours of lying, 6 hours of stuttering, 6 hours of nigga splaining, 6 hours of making it up as he went along, trying to explain his communication with Triple. Also, not only did he do that 6 hours and he ended up having to throw that away, but then yeah, he came back with this live that you see right here. Once I realized that he had to start the new live, I was not about to stay up. So I went to bed again. I slept for another hour or two. But anyway, before I even get into that, which I feel like I already done scratched the surface of it, I did want to briefly go into some real world news for y'all real quick, just briefly. And good morning, C Mac. Good morning, everybody coming in. Please like the video. Y'all, I found out about the craziest story yesterday, just a happenstance. And I wanted to bring it to the attention of you guys here just to get y'all's thought and perspective. And then once I give y'all this little news of the real world, then I'll get back into the mess. But okay. With the real world news, y'all, I want to read something to y'all. I want to read an excerpt to y'all, and I want y'all to just relax this morning as you are getting ready for work or getting ready to drive to work or driving to work. If you are making your coffee, I just want you to relax. I want you to listen to me talk because I'm about to read an excerpt to y'all. And as I read the excerpt, I want you to allow yourself to feel the emotions that you are going to feel. Allow yourself to go through the motions of everything as I read. Thank you. Okay, so 27 shots. 27 shots. It started when a 911 call came in at 1:24 a.m. on January 6th, 2026. And the caller, who identified himself as Matt, said he saw a large white van driving erratically in and out of traffic and through a gas station without license plates or headlights. Surveillance footage shows a van racing past a different gas station. At 1:30 a.m., a second call came in from a man who insisted the van's driver pointed a weapon at his wife and that there were two black males in the van. Over the next 32 minutes, sheriff's deputies chased the van through Ypsilanti. On four different occasions, the van stopped and aggressively backed up towards the deputies before pulling off without hitting them. The chase ended in violence at 2:06 a.m. near Prospect and Towner. One of the deputies hit a pit maneuver on the van, causing it to overturn on its side. The deputies then poured out their vehicles, with one of them almost immediately yelling, "The driver has a gun," despite no gun being visible in the video. There were so many decision points that if they had just made the right decision, it wouldn't have happened, Mara Battersby, the family's attorney, said. It wasn't just the final pit maneuver, it wasn't just them leaping out of their vehicles. It wasn't just them letting him refusing to provide medical aid. Battersby said. There were many opportunities for them to acknowledge that this was not the van that they were looking for, that they were supposed to be looking for. The four deputies fired 27 shots into the van from all sides. The van remained flipped over for hours. The driver was quickly killed, and it was later revealed that he did not, in fact, have a weapon. 27 shots, the attorney said. His law firm filed a suit. They didn't know who was in the van. God forbid that John had his family members in the van. You'll see the bullet holes going through the roof. Your bullet holes go through the bottom, and then you see bullet holes going from the back end to the front end. God forbid the deputies almost killed each other. John's parents said that it took nearly 18 hours to be notified of the shooting. Now, now that y'all heard me read that excerpt to y'all, this is John. This is John. So imagine the police receiving a phone call about a white van erratically driving through Ypsilanti, Michigan. They are told that the van is in possession, or that two black men are driving the van and they have weapons. The police get not one phone call, but two phone calls saying that it is two black men driving this van and they have weapons. So, based on word alone of a call coming into their station, the police sought out to get to this van that had the two black men with the weapon inside, only for them to fire 27 shots. Fired shots through that van, and it wasn't a black man up in there, and the man didn't have a weapon. This is John Genuine. He was 37 years old when he was killed by the police officers because they thought that they were shooting at a vehicle that was being driven by two black males with a gun. This man was left shot up in the van for over 18 hours without any aid or help being rendered to him, because the police were under the assumption that it was two black guys up in there who had a weapon. Which means that even after they flipped over the van, even after they shot 27 holes to the van, they didn't rush to the van to try to render aid, to try to save anybody in the van, because they thought it was two black men in there who had been profiled, and they had got him. They got him. Only for it to be John. And now John's parents have filed a lawsuit against the city and against the sheriff's department because their 34-year-old son, John, who is also A 6 year Navy veteran. He was in the Navy, the United States Navy, was killed. Now the question is, this is the big debate that's going on currently with this story. Would the police have shot 27 times into the van, flipped the van over, and waited 18 hours before even approaching and trying to render aid if they knew that this white man was in there? Because the description that the police had been given was two black males who were armed, they had no idea that this white man was actually the one in there. So the question is, would they have acted differently had he been, if had they known that he was white? Essentially, we have a white man who was killed by law enforcement due to their own racial bias because they thought that they were getting two black men. How y'all like them apples? And again, this took place on January 6th, 2026. America is crazy, right? But then people say, oh, racism is dead. You got older people up in this area of YouTube that say they never experienced racism a day of their life. Racism doesn't exist. Oh, black people are the racists, blah, blah, blah. But all the police had to hear was that it was a black man. They didn't even have to lay eyes on the black men in the van. They didn't have to lay eyes on black men. All they had to do was be told that it was black men for them to shoot 27 shots through that van after flipping it over on its side and then waiting 18 hours before they rendered aid. So now there is currently a lawsuit. John's family is suing the sheriff's office. I just want y'all to just let that simmer in, especially to the naysaying black people who love to run around here and say that racism doesn't exist and that the police are doing what their job and everything. And not only this, y'all, but get this. Let me take his picture down. The parents of John, who are now suing the police force, were also staunch supporters of this administration, and they were staunch supporters of police doing whatever they have to do out there on their job. Imagine being the white family who believes that the police has these rights to handle the people in America the way that they've been handling people, specifically black people. Imagine being this man's family, parents who believe that this administration, Republican, all of that is the best way to go. And you believe in the power of the police over the American citizens up until they shoot your child. You believe in them policing. You believe in stop and frisk. You believe in them doing no wrong. You say that 98% of the police are good cops and they are just doing their job. And it's just the American citizens and possibly the black community that's giving trouble. And that 98% of the cops are not bad cops. You believe all of this up until January 6th, when the cops shoot 27 shots through a white van that's flipped over that your white son was driving. Now that family has changed their tune. It's sad that their son had to be racially profiled, so to speak, and be slain in this way for now those parents to realize the error in their ways as it relates to law enforcement and how they handle black people and minorities in America. But it took it happening to their son for them to not have a change of heart and now they feel like all the police are bad. But haven't black people been feeling like all the police are bad this whole time? Haven't most blacks had this fear of the police because of situations that we've seen time and time again in the news and in the media, to the point to where we think that they are bad? But prior to January 6th, the parents of that man judged the black community for feeling this way about the police. But now they are walking in the shoes of the black community as their son was gunned down because the cops thought he was a black man driving a white van with a weapon. So now that family is filing a lawsuit. Now that family is taken to the streets. Now that family is doing the things that black people have done for decades behind police brutality. Now police brutality has touched this white family and has totally began to shift and change a view that those parents have had for quite some time. And y'all, this is one of the biggest problems in America because it's families just like this family that didn't understand the problem until it happened to their son. And unfortunately, but fortunately, it can't always touch everybody like how it had to touch this family. But now they are having a change of pace, a change of tune as far as black people and how police um do way too much for their job. Do way too much. So, and good morning, Dre Day. So I wanted to give y'all that as food for thought today. Simply because there were so many different layers to that particular situation. So many layers. Would the police have reacted that way if they knew it was a white man up in there? Would they have just let him go? Oh, and by the way, that white man did not have a weapon either. It goes to the police taking these 911 phone calls, but not verifying anything that was said in the phone call, but just taking matters into their own hands. But then also the fact that they were not going to rest until that van was no more and the people in there were dead because they thought it was two black men who were armed. Very interesting. So now that I gave y'all that, now I'm about to get back into the mess. Let me go ahead and return it to the mess. Please like the video if you've not. So yes, I did explain to y'all about Lemon getting rid of his first live, and now the live that he's currently on is his second live. Did the police chief make a statement? Let me see. I'm looking because I had a couple of articles up about it. I'm trying to see if it even says that a statement was made. One second, I'm looking. Okay, so it does say Fox 2 reached out to the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. They did not have any new statements, and the Michigan State Police investigation is ongoing. So it looks like there has not been any new statement, at least according to this Fox 2 article. But this article was actually, I think it was printed, I want to say in February, I think. Now, the recent article that was in June, let me see if there was a statement listed in this one. I'm just skimming through here just to see. No, I don't see any statement in this one either. I think they are refusing to make a statement, to be honest. And then I'm thinking, well, what statement can they give? We are so sorry we did it because we thought he was black. We are so sorry we killed him because we thought he was two black men in the van. We didn't know that he was a good standing white man, 34 years old, honest, law abiding citizen who was a former Navy veteran. So no, at least not with those articles. But okay. So yeah. So let me say this. Into the mess now, into the mess. What I will say is on Wednesday, I told y'all that I felt like Lemon had a crush on Triple. That was one of the things that I had mentioned to y'all in my commentary as it relates to them having this issue over there at Lady Nika's, as it relates to Pizarro acting like she was shocked and unsure of why Triple even had an issue with Lemon to begin with. You see, I have been privy to a lot of information as it relates to Lemon and Triple. And I would say that I've been privy to the information at least for the last, I would say maybe the last 3 weeks to a month. It's interesting when it comes to speaking behind the scenes because sometimes, you are made aware of stuff privately that you have to keep private because it would be a breach of trust if you come publicly saying something. And so sometimes you can hint around about different things that you may know, but you can't just outright say it because you don't want to damage trust. And I know that y'all are thinking, oh, well, Jada, you don't give a damn about trust. What are you talking about? But I do care about trust. I care about the trust of certain people, but not everybody. That's the thing. I don't care if everybody trusts me. No, I don't care. But certain people, I do care. So this here that Triple put down was facts. He made me aware of these consistent and persistent phone calls a few weeks ago before he even told everybody else out here. But it was not my place to come out here and say, let me keep blowing up this man phone. Lemon, what the fuck wrong with you? Why you keep calling this man? Lemon, you gay. It wasn't my place to do that because that's Triples situation. And to be honest, I don't think that Triple even wanted to put it out here on the forefront because he was just hoping that Lemon would stop. But then it got to the point of Lemon not stopping, but then Lemon also going out here, throwing shade and saying crazy stuff about him, calling him Urkel, Urkel this and Urkel that, firing shots at Triple. Then Lemon got the line on Triple. And what y'all witnessed in Lemon's last live that he got rid of, he lied. So let me go ahead and start chronologically. So yesterday, Triple did drop a bombshell on his community wall, which showed a call log of Lemon blowing up his phone, and I mean blowing up his phone a lot. He also dropped the bomb of a voice recording that he had from Lemon. I will say though, in that 38-minute short that he played, the voice recording originally, it's much more to it, and it sounds like Triple just kind of edited it to fit the video. But I heard the voice recorded in great detail probably about a week or two ago. Um, before he dropped it out here publicly. In my honest opinion, Lemon is a closeted man. In my honest opinion, Lemon like Triple. Because y'all gotta remember how he acted when Triple first came around. He was fanning out. His first time ever speaking to Triple, if y'all recall it, was on Pizarro's panel where Triple was over there with Pizarro. And Lemon, of course, came and clicked the link. And he was fanning out about Triple, very much acting like a subscriber would, like, oh my goodness, he's famous. Oh my goodness. And he actually scolded Triple on Pizarro's link because Triple does not come to his videos and to his channel. And Triple said that he only watches the old school Beef Sector people. He said that's where he goes. That's what he watch. He don't really watch panel shows. He was telling Lemon these things. Lemon made it a point to invite Triple to his channel and tell Triple that he need to start coming over there supporting him. What's good, Dreamy Genie Blue? So Triple I only went over there to Lemon's because Lemon had caught him over there at Pizarro's and confronted him about why he don't come to his channel, why he don't support his channel, and why he don't click his link. Because Lemon was a little jealous. Because Triple was speaking about the people that he watched, and Lemon was not one of those people. So I want y'all to remember how this all started. Because that lie that Lemon was over there making up to y'all. And I never thought that I would say that I'm appreciative of Ness, but one thing that I can never take away from this is that the bitch know how to ask the right questions. And in that first live that Lemon ended up having to get rid of, y'all miss Ness clicking the link and asking Lemon the hard and tough questions. Because this is what Lemon has excused away. Because now, yesterday, Triple dropped the 38-second short showing Lemon blowing up his phone, showing Lemon leaving him voice notes, all of this stuff. And he used that as a reference on why he no longer wants any dealings with Lemon. Several different people spoke about that over the course of yesterday. Code and Coolin spoke about it at Codes because I clicked the link and I was make sure I took my messy self over there to let them know about Triple's post. Then I think it was discussed at Lady Nika's. I think it might have been discussed at Demon Souls. I think it might have been discussed at Pizarro's. It was discussed in a few places. So everybody was waiting on Lemon's response or rebuttal, which is the reason why it's unfortunate that he had to get rid of that live. But then I wonder if he got rid of that live because he knew he was lying through his teeth. Get rid of the live so that it won't be no evidence for people to reference back to about all the lies that you set up there and told. And the fact that how Ness was up there questioning him like Ness was a motherfucking attorney. And how Ness was asking the hard questions, not no softball questions, but the hardball questions, and was catching Lemon up in the lie after lie after lie. Fact is, Lemon sat over there and his reasoning behind him blowing up Triple's phone, he said it was because him and Triple were hanging out as friends and Triple tried to come on to him. This is Lemon's words. That Triple tried to come on to him and he told Triple that he didn't go that way and he didn't like him in that way. This is what Lemon said. Good morning to E Money member. Good morning to Jazz A member. Good morning to Joyce. And good morning to Dreamy. Good morning to everybody coming in. Please like the video. So now Lemon has spread it that no, he was not obsessed with Triple. It was actually the other way around that Triple had a crush on him and Triple is upset that Lemon rejected him. This is what Lemon was spinning over there. Lying through his spaced out teeth. Lied so much so that Ness clicked that link to ask him some follow up questions, and he was not prepared for how Ness was questioning him, and he got caught up in a lot of the lies. A lot of the lies, and a good majority of his chat knew that he was lying and was calling him out for his lies over there. Meanwhile, Triple was on the community wall calling out the lies too. Lemon said that Triple is upset that Lemon rejected him. That's a lie, and I'm going to tell you why. Did you guys know? And you probably don't know, but I'm about to let you know. And I don't think Triple should mind because I mean, this is coming out. So I'm going to come out and tell what I know. Did you guys know that Triple was the very first person to know that Lemon was in the hotel when Lemon was in the hotel? Lemon had got to the point to calling this man every day, telling this man his every move, even down to the fact when his mama put him out and he was in the hotel that first time. Triple knew that he was at the hotel. Triple knew that Lemon was already at the hotel before y'all saw the thumbnail and the headboard in the thumbnail, which caused y'all to know that Lemon was at the hotel. Triple had already known of the hotel while Lemon was at the hotel. Even once Lemon had went back, because Booby had took him back over there to his mama, only for his mama to end up putting him back out again. Triple was on the phones and stuff and overheard all of that. Triple got the hot tea about all of that about the mama putting him out. Not only that, there was once a time, I would say this was probably around March and April, where you guys probably noticed that Lemon stopped doing his lives that went 7 or 8 hours. And instead, he started doing his lives that might be 4 hours, maybe 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours. It was a short period of time in which, and good morning, certified. Good morning, everybody. It was a short period of time where Lemon was going live and he wasn't staying live as long as he normally would. 3 or 4 hours tops. And that would be his live. And he did that consistently for weeks. And the reason why he did that consistently for weeks is because he was ending his live so that he could call Triple. Now that's real tea. And I know y'all remember when Lemon was doing those shorter lives. Because Lemon was doing his long lives initially and always ended his live. Because remember, Discord was no more. He wasn't doing Discord with everybody. So he would end his live and go call Triple. And Triple was getting annoyed that Lemon was doing that because Triple actually go to bed at night, just like most of us do. And because Triple needed to go to bed at night, Lemon was getting upset that Triple wasn't answering for him when he would end the show. So what Lemon decided to do was start ending his show earlier. And that way he could catch Triple before Triple went to bed. That way he didn't do his live for 7, 8 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours, and then thinking that he about to call him. Because Triple was saying, no, I'm not staying up. I'm going to bed. So he shifted He shifted the entire, oh, thank you, certified. Thank you so much. He shifted the entire way that he operated on his channel, y'all, to make sure that he could get off of his live early enough to catch Triple before Triple went to bed. And y'all have to remember that was an extended period of time where he did that. This is also during the time where him and VS had went at it with each other, and then him and VS had recovered, and then him and VS ended up going back at each other again. Lemon would always want to call Triple and talk for hours and hours after his show. Lemon is the one that switched his schedule to make sure that he was able to fit into Triple's sleeping schedule. Now, who would be doing all that, especially if you just had to reject somebody? I'll wait. It's unfortunate that me and Ness ain't on the best terms these days because Ness was asking some good ass questions and even putting dates on these questions. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, certified. Thank you to Black Mamba. Let me highlight y'all. Thank you. So thank you, certified weirdo. This tea is piping hot. Thank you to Black Mamba. Happy Friday. Good morning. Good morning to you. Happy Friday to you. Thank you. And good morning to Aria as well. I would like to, I hope that Ness will click some link because I need Ness to refresh on what dates Lemon said that this stuff was happening. Because I'm here to tell you exactly the timeline that I know of versus the dates that he actually gave Ness. And specifically when he got into it with his mama after he was just leaving the hotel, y'all, that was right there at April 1st. That was also when he had been doing a lot of the drinking. Because last night on the live that he got rid of, y'all, Lemon admitted to still drinking. What do you know? He is still drinking, y'all. He admitted to it because he was up there getting questioned about his engagement with Triple and the fact that they were talking every night. And I mean every night and every day. And they were questioning him about why would you even open yourself up to speak to someone so frequently and so often if you had to reject them. And Lemon explained it away and said, well, it was because I was drunk. Now, of course, once Lemon tried to lean on being drunk, that this is the reason why he was calling Triple, then he had some explaining to do. Because how can you blame it on being drunk when you were supposed to have been sober since the middle of April up until right now? I mean, Lemon has just cussed out Lady Nika about a month and a half ago, cussed out Pizarro's entire panel, cussing people out, cussed out Fakes Yaya over their YouTube cameras, cussed out his chat, his audience, all these people about him being sober this whole time, only for him trying to explain this situationship that he was having with Triple, and he said that he was drinking. So he had to admit that he was drinking on and off. He said he was doing much better than what he was doing before. Good morning, Ebony. He was doing much better with his sobriety than what he was doing before, but he had backslid a couple of times. So by that point, Lady Nika heard him say that and her ears got perky, and she had to hurry up and click that link immediately. And she clarified. She said, wait a second, did you just admit to something? And Lemon said, yeah, I admitted to something. And Lady Nika said, say that again. And Lemon was like, yeah, I admitted that I had a few relapses. I backslid a little bit when I was trying to quit drinking. Some days I was actually drinking. Lady Nika was like, okay. I believe Lady Nika was waiting for her an apology, but unfortunately, Lady Nika waited for an apology that never came. Good morning, Simply Made. Lady Nika waited for an apology that never came because the way that he talked crazy to her and cussed her out and everything behind him being drunk. And everybody knew that he was being drunk, but he was still lying to everybody saying that he wasn't drunk, only for now he admitting to it. But then get this. How many times did he swear on his dead brother that he was sober? Y'all remember when he did that whole panel thing going everywhere to fro and everywhere at Laurie's panel hopping, cussing people out and all of this. He swore on the dead brother that he was sober, that he was no longer drinking, that everybody was just making all this up. He even said that people seem to not be able to understand that he can have fun and have a good time without being drunk. He said that he can get a panel popping and turned up without drinking. But meanwhile, the whole time he was on that sauce and lying to all of y'all's faces and cussing y'all out for stating the obvious, cussing y'all out for believing y'all's own eyes. Good morning, Nobles Rooster. Good morning, everybody. Y'all believe y'all own eyes. He cussed y'all clean the hell out behind it. And he made y'all feel like y'all was stupid. He was gaslighting the fuck out of everybody, knowing that he had been drinking. But my question is, now that he is confessed that he lied that entire time about him being sober that entire time, but then he is on his panel saying, "Well, why would I lie about triple? I don't have to lie about that. I don't have to lie about anything about that as it relates to triple." But y'all, he does have to lie because now he's saving face because triple is dropping receipts. Triple is dropping receipts out here. So that's the reason why he is lying. This is the reason why. Now, another thing that I'm doing currently, I'm multitasking with y'all because, from my understanding, the communication halted, y'all, after Lemon cussed Triple out over at Laurie's platform. It was one time when Lemon was drunk on that sauce and running here, there, and everywhere from panel to panel to panel, um, taking over the panels. I think this was after he had got that strike on his channel. Yeah, I think it was when he got the strike on his channel. Cause that's when he left Code's channel, then went to YouTube cameras to talk about the strike to his channel that VS did. And then from YouTube cameras, then he went to Laurie's. Then from Laurie's, he went to Lady Nika's, and that's when he was fussing at Lady Nika about Lady Nika showing favoritism and all that. He cussed Triple out over there at Laurie's, and that's the reason why Triple stopped communicating with him completely, like cut him all the way off. But Lemon is acting like that ain't what happened, and that is what happened. And actually, I'm looking here now because I'm trying to see. And I really should have done this beforehand, y'all. I should have because now I'm scrolling through Laurie's videos, y'all. Let me look at what the chat was saying. A drunk speaks to sober mind. Simply said, yep, and get defensive when it's pointed out. Even now, Dreamy said, why would Triple be obsessed with Lemon? He's smart, educated, and career focused. And then Certified said the fact that he's over there playing footsies with Big Dot, boy, bye. Right, he playing footsies with Big Dot because the cat is out of the bag. Y'all have to know it's mighty convenient that now he talking about he could meet Big Dot tomorrow, but this whole entire time he pushed the girl off and refused to meet up with her. Up until now that all everything is coming out about this triple. So now that all this stuff is coming out about the triple, now he is ready to go meet Big Dot, talking about that he could go meet with her tomorrow. That he ready to go see her tomorrow. Make it make sense. Right now, he is just looking for a new beard in order to hide behind everything. But I'm scrolling right here looking to see if this is the live where he had clicked Laurie's link. And I don't know if this is that live where he clicked Laurie's link, because I'm looking and I don't see him on this panel. No, so it couldn't have been that one. Because I was inclined to go look for that live in question where he cussed out Triple, just so that I could have that to provide to y'all. But I can't remember which one it was, and so I'm skimming through it. But at the same time, I feel like me skimming through this live trying to find that live right now is taken away from me talking to y'all head on, because I'm distracted. But hold on, let me check this one. If it's not this one, then I'm just gonna hang this up and I'll try to find it to present to y'all this weekend. I'll try to have it to give to y'all this weekend if it's not this one. Because I'm just red balling to see when he clicked that link. Is it this one? Okay, so it's not this one. Y'all, I'm going to have to give myself a chance to actually look through Lori's stuff. So let me go ahead and let me deter from that. Let me get back to the originally scheduled program. And what's good, Miss B? What's good? You tried it. What's good to flying low? So Miss B said, so he was still trying to act like he ain't gay. Yes, he is swearing up and down that Triple wanted him. Now let's call a spade a spade. Triple don't need to be wanting no damn Lemon. Lemon is a sloppy ass drunk. I know for certain that Triple was being annoyed with Lemon calling him all the time. I know for certain that Triple couldn't stand that Lemon would call him drunk talking all the time. How I know? Because I had already known about the phone calls before. Because see, Lemon can't explain why Triple had mentioned it to me about Lemon calling him all the time beforehand. Especially if Triple was madly in love with him, according to what Lemon is saying. Lemon was making it up as he went along. But my question is, why did, because y'all have to remember too, the only person that brought a romantic angle into this situation, peep game, y'all. Triple's post that he posted yesterday had absolutely nothing to do with romance. The post was strictly about Lemon having an obsession, and the 38-second clip was just about the obsession and the voice note. Nowhere did Triple try to spin this into a romantic anything. But guess who was the first person to spin it into a romantic anything? Lemon. Lemon is the one that got over there on this platform and said that Triple tried to try him like that. Why would you throw up a romantic anything out here when Triple never did even throw that out? Unless you trying to beat Triple to the punch and go ahead and tell what it was, because it was almost like a detail of the story that was not necessary, and most definitely it was a lie that he didn't need to tell. He say he cut off Triple, but clearly y'all could see by the call log he didn't cut off Triple. Triple could probably come out here and really slam dunk a lot to show y'all the last time that he called. And just so that y'all understand what Triple posted, y'all, that call logs that Triple posted was showing that Lemon was calling multiple times. It just wasn't 13 times that he called. I hope y'all are aware of that. I hope y'all understand what y'all actually saw. I know that the screenshot that he posted was so small, so it was hard to see. But let me see if I can click right here because I want to see something real quick. Okay. So this right here, let me see if I could zoom into this page. Oh, here we go. Okay. Y'all know I'm zooming in so I could cue this up for y'all. Because context is everything. All right. Thank y'all for bearing with me. Let me go ahead and share this screen here. And please like the video if y'all have not. So let's see with this screen right here. Let me make sure that y'all can see it very clearly. And actually, let me go back over here to this screen and see if I can't blow it up just a little bit more. The reason why it's important for me to blow this screen up as big as I can get it is right here. When it starts, y'all see it says 31 missed calls down there at the bottom. 31 missed calls. Y'all see this starts. Okay, so May 9th. May 9th is this missed call here. Let me see if y'all can see this on y'all screen. Yeah, y'all can see that May 9th right there. May 9th is what you see there, the top call. Then you see May 8th. Then you see May 7th. Then you see May 4th, May 3rd. These it looks like just one call each for those. All right. You see May 3rd, May 1st, but do you see April 28th? He called 3 times. This is 3 missed calls on April 28th. It's going too fast. Okay. Because Triple was scrolling really, really fast, but we gonna make some of these things still. Peace be still. Why don't we? And I think it's a good thing that my device is buffering. So even right here, y'all should see 3 missed calls on April 28th, 2 missed calls on April 26th, then 2 missed calls on April 21st. We got to slow walk the receipt. Then April 21st, 2 missed calls. April 20th, 3 missed calls. April 19th, 3 missed calls. April 18th, 1 missed call. April 17th, 2 missed calls. April 15th, wait a second. Scroll back up. April 13th, 2 missed calls. April 11th, 2 missed calls. April 10th, 1 missed call. April 9th, 3 missed calls. April 8th, 2 missed calls. April 4th, 1 missed call. And please like the video if y'all have not. I know this is slightly tedious, y'all, but we got to really get right up in here because he gave Ness some dates over there in that deleted live, and I wonder if those dates coincide. All right. So, April 4th, a missed call. April 3rd, a missed call. April 1st, 3 missed calls. Okay, this right here is what I need y'all to see. April 1st, he gave him 3 missed calls, but the March 31st, he had 13 missed calls. Y'all do know that March 31st is when he was getting into it with his mama because his mama, the whole hit his mom in the nose happened on April Fool's Day. This is why I need to slow this mess down so we could really put things into proper perspective. Because that 13 that you see down there is the day before him and his mama got into it. And specifically, for those of y'all who are not aware, that day that he called triple that 13 times was the day before this.
In my show. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Mm, mm, yep. Get in the shower. And mom, I took a shower already. Oh my God! What are you doing? I don't give a fuck. Oh, okay, you finna go. Uh huh.
That right there was April 1st, y'all. So, as y'all can see, the night before that, he called Triple the 13 times. But let me go ahead and go back on here to the receipt that Triple posted to analyze the times. Just so that we could be able to track the lies that he's over there telling. So, March 31st was the 13 missed calls. And then March 30th, 7 missed calls. March 29th, 2 missed calls. What's good, Dreamy? Thank you so much. Then March 28th, 5 missed calls. March 27th, 5 missed calls. March 26th, 3 missed calls. I hope y'all understand the depth of all those missed calls. That equals more than 13. It just so happened that one day he did 13 back-to-back calls. But this is all the dates as well. So this is a totally different message thread. So you saw the one message thread that showed the missed calls, but then now you see this must be like a text now or something else, another way of calling, because this one is totally different from that other one. Notice that other one showed the missed calls. This one got to be missed calls too, because these are short calls, 21 seconds, 1 minute and 16 seconds, 15 seconds, unless these are voice notes. Could these be voice notes? 17 seconds, 49 seconds, 32 seconds, 31 seconds, 19 seconds. Maybe these are voice notes. I know this is definitely something different. This is definitely something different than the other one we just saw. Because look at the text. Let's go ahead and rewind back real quick. These are the missed calls. You see this in red that say to David. But then it switches to the other form of communication. And you no longer see the red mobile. So these are coming from the mobile phone, David's mobile phone. These red things are calling from the mobile phone here. What's good, Rico? And then these, notice, this is something else. Let me see what Rico just said. Oh, and let me go over here to say, wait, let me stop it. Stop. Okay, now let me get back to the stream yard. All right. So let's go over here to my chat real quick. We gonna stop right here. Oh dang, it's still going. One second, y'all. I don't want it to keep going. I thought I had paused it. We definitely getting to the bottom of it. What's good, Cole? Good morning. We getting to the bottom of it. Okay. So these are all the Davidson red, and these are the missed calls. All of those dates from this way of communication, but then it's going to switch to another form of communication here. And this actually shows the number of seconds of whatever. Now, I think this is paused. So now let me go to my StreamYard. All right. So now that I paused that, let me come over here and let me say thank you to Dreamy. Thank you, Dreamy. It's much appreciated. So, Dreamy said, done. Thank you for this in depth journalism and morning tea. You more than welcome, Dreamy. Thank you so much for the support. Please like the video if y'all not. So Certified is saying, this is why I had to be here. Hold up. This is why I had to be here even though I'm sleepy as I'll get out. It's delightful to hear some truths in the beef sector sometimes. Thanks, Jadon. You welcome. Miss B said, yes, Jadon, break it down. Rico said, but the real iPhone. Other one was an app on the phone. I'm paying close attention. Okay, so this is the real iPhone that we're looking at. Okay, thank you, Rico, because I just noticed the change in the type of communication. But again, on the live that was just deleted that he had to get rid of when Ness was questioning him, he admitted, y'all, that he had three different means of communication to Triple. Not one way communicate, not two, but three. Three, y'all. Three. Now, exactly why does anybody that's not somebody that you fucking around with need three ways to reach you? I mean, I can understand your family or relatives needing three ways to reach you, but damn sure not somebody that's supposed to be a friend and somebody off the internet. If I only talk to you on IG, then the only way that you could reach me is on IG. If I talk to you on my cell phone, then clearly you got my cell phone number. So 9 times out of 10, you could reach me on IG, my cell phone, Facebook, whatever. But just for just a random happenstance on YouTube, there is no way that you should have so many different ways to communicate. He mentioned a text now number, he mentioned a cell number, and then he said Instagram. I wouldn't be shocked if Discord might also be a part of this because I'm almost willing to bet he probably had Triple with in his Discord once he started reviving it. Did he say that he is currently doing Discord season 3 right now? But the fact that you call one time and don't get an answer, so then you decide to use all three or four other different means of communication. Well, if they didn't answer you on Instagram, what makes you think that they're going to answer you on their mobile device? What makes you think that they're going to answer you on Discord? What makes you think that they're going to answer you on the text now number? Even Lemon said that he did allow Triple to call him David. If this is just a friend of yours just from the internet, why you let him call you David? I can reassure y'all that anybody that I've ever communicated with off of here, that I wasn't trying to get to know in a deep way, everybody was calling me J Dunn. And I do mean everybody. Only women that I was actually interested in did I permit them to call me by my first name. If I'm not interested in you on that level, you will be calling me J Dunn. Point blank and the period, Pooh. And the reason why it's typically the women that I'm interested in that I will permit to call me by my government name is because if I'm actually out and about with real people, I want I don't want you to be calling me a YouTube name in front of real people. Or if they happen to overhear you or whatever. So that right there is comfy cozy because essentially Lemon was allowing Triple to call him the same name that his mama calls him. You allow Triple to call you the same name that your mama named you, the same name that your mama called you, but you telling us that you rejected him? Really? Is that so? Lemon even said up in that deleted live that he had gotten Triple's real name. He said that they both exchanged real names with each other. Lemon also said that Triple had recommended a movie to him called Papillion. And we can dissect Papillion in a few as well. Let's see. Miss B said if he wouldn't answer then, he probably started leaving messages. And simply said, Miss B, my thoughts too. And maybe blue dots were the ones Triple didn't bother listening to. Huh, maybe. Because these have like a timestamp in them, and I don't know what these timestamps are. 2 seconds, 1 second, 12 seconds, 14 seconds, 21 seconds, 16 seconds, 15 seconds, 17 seconds. I don't know what these are. But these could very well be voice notes, even though over there up on the live that he deleted, he told Ness that he never did exchange any voice notes. Ness said, is there anything that Triple can come and bring out here that would contradict what you said? Go ahead and tell the truth now. And he said, no, Triple can't bring nothing else out here. He said he don't leave voice notes, but clearly we heard a voice note. Clearly this is proof of some type of voice notes or voice messages or something that came from him. What's good, Light Bright? Good morning. Then he said that well, he don't use voice notes. He wasn't leaving messages for Triple, but that he had rejected Triple. Now, let's go ahead and let's look at, I think this is the last bit of the phone numbers. We done analyzed this enough. Let me make sure I got to the end of this and then I'll move on with those timestamps. Talkatone Plus to get transcriptions on new emails. Oh, look at this at the bottom. Subscribe to Talkatone Plus to get transcriptions transcriptions on new emails. So, or on new voicemails. So all of these must be voice messages. Y'all see this at the bottom where my mouse is? What's good, December baby? Good morning. So these are our voicemails, clearly. Okay, so we got that. Now, as far as this movie that Lemon kept telling us about, let's go to the movie. The movie. All right, is this the movie? The overview. Let's see. No, this ain't it. What is that movie called? Y'all hold on. Now I'm about to get that movie that Triple was talking about because Triple mentioned one movie. Well, Triple didn't bring up the movie. It was actually Lemon that brought up the movie initially. about this movie that Triple had recommended for him to watch. I don't know what that had to do with the price of tea in China, but he wanted his audience in this to know that Triple was trying to introduce him to movies because because they were watching movies together, talking about movies together, all of this. So the movie is called Pillion. Okay, it's called Pillion. So I messed that up. I said Papillion. So it's called Pillion. So let's look at what Pillion is about, y'all. Let's see. So Pillion, here we go. Let me make this big for y'all. And let's do mm-mm-mm. Okay. Now this is the movie. This is the movie that Lemon brought up. Make sure y'all can see this screen. So Lemon was telling this about this movie that Triple had recommended to him, and he was talking about how he was so grossed out about this movie. But meanwhile, him and Triple talked about this movie. And Pillion is a 2025 romantic dark comedy drama film written and directed by Harry Lighton. It is adapted from a book. Let me see. Let's see the plot overview. What is the plot overview? The story follows Colin. The story follows Colin, a timid and lonely gay parking officer, living a mundane life with his parents. His routine is disrupted when he meets Ray, an enigmatic, confident leader of a gay biker gang. Ray initiates Colin into an intense, dominant, submissive relationship. While Colin initially thrives on his new aptitude for devotion, he eventually begins to long for genuine emotional intimacy outside of their strictly transactional dynamic. So this is the movie that they were talking about and engaged with together. And for whatever reason, Lemon let Ness know about this movie. Why would anybody let Ness know about this movie? It's not necessary to let Ness know about this movie. So Ness started asking questions. But again, if I am a straight man and a gay man recommends this movie to me, I think I probably would have checked it from the door, and then I probably would have stopped communication after that. I wouldn't have continued to have communication with them and potentially watch the movie. Cause the question that I was waiting on this to ask Lemon was, did he watch the movie? Did he watch it? Did he watch it? Triple recommend this movie to him. Did he watch it? Did they discuss the movie? Did they discuss how Lemon was able to see himself in the character of Colin, who is the gay parking officer living a mundane life with his parents? You know, it's so many questions that can be asked about this. But yeah, Lemon said that he was grossed out at the fact that Triple would even recommend such a movie to him. But then, he continued to have conversations with him. He continued to leave his show after 3 hours to make sure that he could call Triple before Triple went to bed. Because you see, Lemon was not content with only being able to talk to Triple on the phone for maybe 15 minutes. No, Lemon wanted to be on the phone for hours at a time. And I do mean hours at a time. And with Triple being a man of status and a man, professional man, Triple didn't have time to be up all night long talking about nonsense with Lemon. So Lemon reshifted his schedule with live streaming his audience. Not only that, he stopped going to the Discord to hang out with the Discord people. His main attraction was Triple doing whatever he could. So again, at what point did Triple come on to him to where he was like, I don't go that way? And why not that movie? If that movie recommendation wasn't the time to nip something in the bud, then when exactly would have been the time? Because he should have had said something as soon as he got recommended that movie. But instead, Lemon was giddy as a little schoolgirl with this schoolboy crush on Triple, with Triple being a man that was giving him some attention. And my question is, why is he calling? Oh, December Baby said he stated he watched it. Oh, he watched the movie. He watched the movie. Oh, and Ebony said too. I think he watched it. Then Simply May said, I'm sure he did. Ebony said he claimed he didn't watch. He said he only watched the trailer. But even once you done saw the trailer as a heterosexual man, then you probably should have told Triple, stop playing. But no, that wasn't even enough to back down. No, because Lemon was loving all of this. And Lemon continued to blow up this man's phone. Let's not forget all of them missed calls, all of the voice notes, everything that we saw in those receipts. All of that was happening after the movie was introduced, after Lemon watched the trailer, after Lemon watched the movie, after Lemon done had hours and hours of conversation, after Lemon started ending his lives early so that he could call Triple and be on the phone all day and all night, even to the point of him letting Triple know his whereabouts. He about to go to the hotel. This where he gonna be. Him and his mama done fell out. All of this. So Dreamy said, do you think they both was flirty with each other? Well, this is the thing right here, Dreamy. Even if Triple did flirt with Lemon, Triple ain't never denied who he was. Never. The only person that's been living a lie in the closet is Lemon. Triple has always been 100% upfront and honest about who he is as a man. So if he flirted with Lemon, I guess my thing would be, so what? Do y'all know I flirt with women up on here? I do. Y'all see me flirt with women up on here. And it's always me to throw the bait, a flirt, and then see if they flirt back. Hell, as a matter of fact, Intrinsic flirted with me to see if I was going to flirt back. I flirted back with her. Sleek chick. I flirt with Sleek chick. Hell, Big Dot. I got up on Goosey's link one day, like before Goosey had got rid of his channel a few months ago, and flirted with Big Dot. So I think the question is, could Triple have flirted with him? Possibly. Possibly. But I think the biggest thing is Lemon was the one crashing out and leaving voicemails. Lemon was the one calling back to back to back to back to back to back. Lemon was the one that would call one number, then call through Instagram, then call through this one, then call through that one. Triple is the one that's got one day, just one day of 13 missed calls from him. And what's good to Dory? Good morning to everybody. So Light Bright said they never discussed the movie. Trip only mentioned it to him to be shady. Thank you for that. Well, I'm thinking, but Light Bright, yeah, Trip mentioned it to be shady towards Lemon, but I'm sure offline Lemon had to have said, "Well, why did you tell me about that movie? Why you asked me to watch this? Well, why did you want me to look at this trailer? Well, why did I mean that's only expected as it relates to conversation. If you ask me to watch this or watch that and I do watch it, I'm gonna ask you, well, why? I just feel like there had to have been some follow-up conversation after that Lemon didn't say. And again, let's go back to the fact that just a couple of days ago, when Pizarro was on the panel with Lemon, Lemon said that Triple was trying to be controlling and being shady towards him, and that's why he didn't talk to Triple. But then once Ness is up there, Lemon say it was because Triple had a crush on him. But this whole Triple crush thing didn't come out until Triple started dropping those receipts. Let's not forget. Because if it was truly a crush thing, then that should have been the story that Lemon told initially. Why say something about him trying to control it when it came to Pizarro? Is it because Lemon didn't want to tell Pizarro that Triple had a crush on him? Because if this whole Triple crushing on him and Lemon had to reject Triple, if this was a true thing, why would Lemon not tell Pizarro this? Unless it's because Lemon already know that Pizarro had a crush on Triple too. That's why Triple was the YouTube husband for God knows how long. So December Baby said, "Good morning, Gracie Ray. Good morning, everybody." December Baby said, "Dreamy, he said he showed it to Triple behind the scenes. He camped up." Oh yeah, Triple. Now last night, Lemon told Ness that nobody was ever on camera. They never got on camera. But Triple said that Lemon was insistent to get on camera because he wanted to show Triple his teeth. And again, why do you need Triple to see your teeth? I mean, the last time you showed your teeth to people, it was women and women that you claimed that you was liking on. So why do you need to show your teeth to Triple? Triple never was married. Gracie, Triple was never married. Mm-mm. And what's good to Ivy? Good morning. ODS used to be married, but Triple wasn't married. Mm-mm. So maybe you might be confusing those two. But even that was one thing too that Lemon had told Ness. Lemon said to Ness that Lemon told Ness something along the lines of I'm trying to think, how did he put it? Like that they used to talk on the phone every night, but like it wasn't anything that he was really interested in. He said that he looked at Triple like a bro, like they was friends, like they was good Judies. He said that they only talked about YouTube mess and hogwash, but they really didn't talk about anything significant. But how can anybody stay talking on the phone for hours and hours at a time about YouTube? And then how is you talking about YouTube, but then in the same breath you said that Triple gave him his first name, and you allowing Triple to call you David? Yeah, Triple was never married. Now, one thing too, I want to say, Lemon would call every night, but that doesn't mean they talked every night because we were able to clearly see with the receipts that Triple provided that some calls went on answer. Some messages were left on read. Some things were distributed, and unfortunately, hold on, y'all. I'm checking my messages real quick. Unfortunately for Lemon, I believe Lemon is the one that caught feelings because why would Triple need to catch feelings with Lemon, who is a closeted person? December baby said the other comment. Let me go up. Okay. Seems like Lemon running around stalking Triple, but when it comes out, he lying about it and didn't want it on his you. Uh, he didn't want it on YouTube. I'm just saying, yeah, because all of this happened too. What Lemon said it to Ness that this happened over the course of like 3 or 4 months. So this wasn't just a one time thing. How in the hell can anybody carry on with somebody else for 3 to 4 months? But then you turn around and say that you had to reject the person and that you didn't want the person like that. I felt like Lemon was making up a lot of his stuff as he went along. And it's unfortunate that he got rid of that live. But again, I think he got rid of that live so that it couldn't be cross checked or fact checked. Because he didn't want nobody to be able to go back and verify some of that shit that was said. He didn't want people to go back and listen to the lies that he was telling as he was going along and be able to connect the dates. He wanted the lies to be able to stick just as he said it. And now I feel like he is ashamed. Yeah, Miss B, a lot of calls did go unanswered. He is ashamed now that it's coming out and now he just lying. So Ebony said, he said that Triple said if there if there isn't anything between them, then they shouldn't be talking like this. Why nobody asking talking like what? Flirtatious? That would have been a good question. But that don't even sound like something that Triple would say. Why are we talking like this? If you this and the third? Hell no. Y'all, I myself talk to Triple from time to time. And no, we ain't trying to fuck each other. We not. But I myself talk to him from time to time, and the man be busy, and I be busy too. It is what it is. Ain't no way I refuse to believe that Triple is laying around waiting on Lemon to call so that they could talk all this time up on the phone and talking like this. Then we shouldn't be talking like this. I think Lemon wanted something from Triple, just like how he kind of was with the Billy Goat. Very curious. What's good, Melissa? Good morning. He's very curious about gay men and about gay people and stuff. And I think that Triple was his little secret. December said, ain't nobody, let me see. Ain't nobody gonna know the truth unless Triple come out and make a video about that conversation and what was really said. What's good, D Miss Old member? What's good? Well, that's the thing. I'm sure that if Triple wanted to speak about anything, I probably would be able to speak to him and see if he wanted to do just an interview on my channel. I don't think he would mind to take to say his point of view. To where I will ask him. Now I can't promise y'all because he's a very low key type of guy. But I can for certain say that if he do want to talk about it and he want to talk about it in a space where people ain't gonna just jump on him, but then he could be able to speak freely, he would talk on here. He could come to my platform. Brenda said it's Triple gay. Well, he's in the community, Brenda, yes. But that's not a surprise that Triple is a part of the community. If you done been a member at Triples or even been on here in the beef sector long enough, you would know that he's part of the community. But I wouldn't use the word gay for him. But is he a part of the community? Yes. Y'all know some people be a part of the community, but they own another letter. Cause y'all know the community is LGBTQIA. So that's a lot of letters. So when you say it's Triple gay, then you asking me if he claims the G in the community. He does not claim the G. But out of all of them letters, he does claim one of those letters, the LGBTQIA community. But that's not anything new, nor is that a secret. So that's why I don't understand why Lemon came out here trying to drop that. Because it's almost like he is trying to say that he has all of these people lusting after him. Men, women, everybody just wanting him and lusting after him. And lusting after him for what? For the life of me, I never could understand people that have lackluster and subpar lives and existences for them to really be sitting here popping their collar. At this point, we are all approaching 40. Who in their right mind is going to choose somebody as they approach 40? Somebody that live with their mama as the person that they want and need. Who would do that? Somebody who can't provide, somebody who have to drive somebody else's car, somebody who gotta get permission to go here and go there, living under somebody else's roof, somebody who mama gotta come in and tell them to get in the shower. All of this. And by the way, the mama did tell him to get in the shower when he was still conversing with Triple. Good morning, LaDon member. Who want that? When you coming to the age of 40, who want that? But limit, and then not only that, who wants a drunk? Let's start there. Who wants a drunk? Who wants a person that can't keep a monetized channel? Who wants a person with no career goals, no ambitions? Who wants a person that can't do nothing for them? Who wants a person that can't go to a Vegas trip and pay for the $22 hamburger without Laurie having to pay for the $22 hamburger? Laurie had to pay for the $22 hamburger. He couldn't even afford it. Then he didn't want to pay Laurie the $22 back until I told him that he should. And yeah, I could play the clip. Let's listen to what his mama told him. I mean, why would he be the catch in the prize that anybody would want? Let's listen.
To end my show. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Mm, mm, yep. Get in the shower. And mom, I took a shower already. Oh my God! What are you doing? I don't give a fuck. Oh, okay, you finna go. Uh-huh. You wanted me back. You was calling my phone last night telling me to come back home. Yeah, uh. You finna go, David. You finna go for real. Okay. I'm so sorry. I should have stayed right there. You should have. I told you don't come back here drinking. I'm gonna pop my bottle and pop my shit. Yeah. Yep. Mm, mm. I'm so sorry. I don't care. I can leave again. I know. And you know I got the money. Mm, mm. Okay. All right. Let me call Booby and get him over here to get me. And don't call me again and tell me to come back home. Uh-uh. Don't call my phone. Mm, mm. Cause you're doing too motherfucking much.
Who even wants to be dealing with somebody who disrespect their mama? What's good, everybody that's coming in? You disrespect your mama. You talk crazy to your mama. You want to bathe. Y'all know when this clip was circulating, I wonder how in the hell was he able to face Triple after this? What do y'all think he did after this? Because now, with everybody doing a commentary about if he punched his mama in the nose, why his mama have to tell him to go wash his ass, why he up in there talking to his mama like she a hooker and a hoe on the street, all of this. Um, of course, Triple was up in the clouds when everybody was talking about this. And my question is, how in the hell was Lemon able to save face after this? Like, what was he able to do? And please like the video if y'all have not. How did he explain this away? Especially considering that Triple was his boy toy or whatever it was. I'm like, how you explain this away? That's the question. It's so many different questions that I have with this. And it's quite pathetic and embarrassing, but Lemon wants us to believe that this is what Triple wants. Triple of all people. And again, how Lemon was starting to call Triple Urkel this and Urkel that. It typically reminds you of somebody who has a crush on somebody and got rejected. And so now they want to talk crazy and talk bad about that person. Want to name call them. Why call Triple Urkel? Triple is a nice looking young man. He not ugly. And he damn sure look better than Lemon. That's for sure. Let's see. Dreamy said, oh wait. Dang, y'all going so fast. Let's see. Oh, Smooth said, Smooth is speaking to people. December Baby said, who wants a drunk that has to stay in court over his hit and run and at the store staying with his mama? Right. Y'all, and speaking of that, court is on Monday. Court is on Monday. Monday is the big day for hit and run court. I can't wait to see how it unfolds, y'all. I've been waiting for the court for a long time, and we finally made it. About to be on Monday to see what's going on, what's going to be the outcome of this. Oh, Lemon did mention to Ness too. I just thought of it. Lemon did tell Ness that him and Triple was supposed to meet each other. They had talked about meeting each other as well. Which that's another question. Why in the hell are you talking about seriously meeting somebody that you said you just had to reject? If you saying that this man got a crush on you and you had to reject him and stop talking to him, then why on earth are you having conversations about meeting with him in person, face to face? Demon Soul said Triple is very handsome. Yeah, he is. He is. He's a nice looking man. You know, he's a good Judy. I would let Triple be my good Judy. I would. But it's like you gonna go meet with the person that you had to reject. You gonna go meet with the person that had you watching this movie that you were just so disgusted by. You so disgusted and grossed out about this movie that was recommended to you, and he kept harping to Ness on the fact that he only liked horror movies. He only liked horror movies. When let's be honest, Lemon was probably ready to start having some of those movie nights with Triple, like what him and Sour Patch used to have. Y'all remember when Lemon and Sour Patch used to be up in the Discord watching movies? When Lemon would be up in the Discord watching the movies with all the people up in the Discord, including the men. And he probably was ready to have a whole Discord day and watch movies together. But he kept saying how he only liked horror movies because I guess that was supposed to lessen the blow of everything that we've learned so far. LaDon said, I'll defend Triple or be the judge. I'll make time. Yeah, well, the court. No, no, no. I'm talking about hit and run court. I'm talking about real court on Monday. Hit and run for Lemon. To see what the outcome is gonna be. It done been continued and drawn out for so long. Finally, they gonna give an outcome. And it's crazy. I didn't even anticipate analyzing all up and through this like what I did do today, y'all. That I had a couple of okay, you got me in okay. I'm getting it for you right now, and that's cool. Cause I only have a few minutes now anyway, but definitely come on up here and have your say. So y'all, we got none other than the triple. We got none other than Triple. He say he got about 10 minutes to spare, which that's all we need is 10 minutes for him to say his piece. But I had so many other points that I was gonna talk about up in here, y'all, that I totally didn't even get around to speaking about because of this stuff right here. So now, since I didn't get to speak on that, I guess I got talking points for my next show because I sure didn't even end up speaking on it. So I'm gonna have these talking points for my next show next time. Let's see. Don't go to Amazon Music. Y'all, that was Alexa trying to talk back. I ain't even said nothing to her. Ain't nobody told Alexa to go to no Amazon Music. I ain't told her that. Okay, here we go.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning, Trip. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I got sleep in my voice. I'm is I'm a little bit sleepy right now, but I gotta run and do some shit. But what's going on? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. So, just briefly, based on everything that he was saying in that live, he did end up getting rid of that live. He said some stuff happened on that
Of
live,
course.
but I just wanted to give you a moment. If you wanted to give your thought or point of view, based on the lies that he told last night, or anything that you might want to add.
Well, I got a list. I was kind of writing a little notepad. Let me see where is that. 1 second.
Okay.
But you also could just ask me. Like, I don't know if you wanted to even touch the
Oh
receipt
yeah.
because it.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Just
can
because
ask you
there's so much.
questions. So,
Yeah.
okay. So, exactly what caused the first initial point of conversation? Who started the behind the scenes speaking? Did you reach out to him, or did he reach out to you?
So I sent him an IG message and said it's Trip, but that
Mhm.
was because when I was at Pizarro's, which you explained, was he's like, oh yeah, come to my channel. I want you to hit my link and blah blah blah. And I was kind of cagey about it. And before we could pick like a day or something like that, I dropped down because ZX came up there. So I
Mhm.
felt like, Dan, I was a little rude. I guess I can at least, plan it or whatever with him. So I just was like, yes, Trip. He called, talked for a couple of hours, I think. Was it an hour
Mhm.
or two? And then yeah, it was 1 or 2 hours about he basically was like, yeah, come back to the sector. You are missed. You can clearly tell the crowd wants you back. We need more people out here. Try 1 day a week. Shit like that. And basically
Okay.
saying like, I'm not such a bad person. I know you think that I'm raggedy and this, that, and the third, and whatever. He was basically trying to sell himself. And not sell himself in that way, but like sell himself as like that he's a good person, but also sell the sector. He was basically like a salesperson. It felt like. Um, and
Okay.
so that was our first initial interaction. But I technically, yeah, I did send him the IG saying, it's Trip.
Okay. So, and then also, roughly in your opinion, how long do you think that the communication lasted? Would you say 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 months as well? Because that's what he told us.
Something like that. I mean, it was off and on for quite a bit of time. Like I want to say, I just can't remember when the first day was. Like I just don't remember that, but I know from the voicemails they go or the calls they go back to 3:30 at the
Okay.
minimum.
Okay. And then also, do you have any other voice notes outside of the one that you edited into the video that you made yesterday?
Yeah, so that screenshot or video you were showing, that was the voicemails on the right side.
I
So
thought, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you know something? He swore up and down over there. The net said
He
that
don't
he
leave
didn't.
voicemails, of
He sure
course.
did. Yeah, he said
Yep.
that. So okay, you got that up in your arsenal. Thank you.
And
Uh-huh.
yep. And let me say this too. Actually somebody in the chat said those blue dots are the ones he didn't listen to, and yeah, I didn't listen to them. And actually, the funny thing is, I didn't even realize that that was the same day or the day before he went to the motel, or either it was the day. Wait, 4/1 was when the mom thing happened, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, so then the day before that was the 31st, was the day that he went to the motel for the first time. Now it
Correct.
makes sense. I didn't even realize those days were the same, and I guess I probably should have listened to them. But
Yeah.
like, I just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't even listen to my voicemails on my regular phone like that unless I'll like look at the transcripts. But I'm just
Mhm.
like, dude, I don't got time to listen to fucking voice mails. But I listened to the first two, and the
Mhm.
first one was him just going like berserk, like you got me crashing out on your voicemail and all this bullshit like that. So I think that was the first one. And
Okay.
I mean, I heard enough after that.
Okay. So then the next question would be, was he flirting with you at any point during all this?
Basically from day one.
From day one. Okay.
Oh
And
yeah.
hey to Tuddy member, thank you for coming in. Okay. And so would you say that did you flirt back with him, or
So
what?
basically, I consider him a love bomber. That's what I
Mhm.
think that he is. And so I wanted to see what his angle was. So I would basically love bomb back because with people like that, they try to manipulate you. For example, he talked about the number, right? He's
Mhm.
like, he said he only gave the talkatone number, but then he clearly shows that the call log has his mom name on there. So that's his real number. And he told me this. He's like, yeah, you're the only one I'm gonna give my number to, so if it gets out, it's from you and I trust you. I'm the only one I'm gonna get a number to. Basically like love bombing me
So
to make
he
me feel like I'm
gave you
special.
his real number. He has not given it to Dragons, Krista, none of these
Hmm.
women, but you got the real number that's up in his mama's name.
Yeah, I guess so. I
Oh
ain't looked it
wow.
up. I don't do shit like that. I ain't worried about that. Like, have his
Right.
private information and stuff. Honestly, I don't even want to get to this part of it
Mhm.
because that isn't my goal. Like, I'm not here trying to like bust out your what you do behind it. You know what I mean? Like your
Right.
sexuality or whatever. Especially since like everyone knows. It's no point at this point. Like it's like we don't have anything to prove. Like we know you can live in denial. Who cares? That's just how I look at it at this point. The point that I was making was he wanted to say that we talk behind the scenes. And so I
Mhm.
was like, well, yeah, we did. And then here you go. I was proving that that's what happened,
Mhm.
but that was the only truth in that first live. Him talking
Gotcha.
about, what did he say about, oh, I
How
was
he said
controlling
that
him and,
you came onto him. Is it like why, is he just pulling that out the crack of his ass or what? And then
oh, yeah. Oh,
also there
yeah.
was the question about how was he flirting? Like flirting how? Like specific details of how he was flirting and things.
Shoot. Damn near on the third call, he was so fucking sloshed. Like he was drunk. And he was just saying like crazy shit. He was like, "Oh, when was the last time you had sex? How old are you? Let me see your bed." Like he was just saying crazy shit. And I know people are gonna be like, "No, that's like way too aggressive, whatever." But I
Mhm.
promise you, like that's what happened. And there was two people that I was talking to, like when I first, got into communication with him, and I was telling him like what was going on because one, shit like this. If anything like this ever happened, I know people that were there. I
Mhm.
just got to scroll back to the voice notes of us talking about it, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, it was just like, what else did he say that was crazy? Oh, he used to always. Well, I got a photo. I'm probably gonna drop. I've been debating on it, but he told y'all yesterday I don't have no more photos. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay. But anyways, he was like, what would he say? He would be like, "Oh yeah, I look so good. When people meet me in person, they fall in love. Um, People like are mesmerized by me in person when they walk by and like stare at me in the stores." And I'm just like, dude, what kind of like fantasy world are you living in? And I was thinking to
Mhm.
myself, like, it probably is because you're tall and goofy, especially if you
Mhm.
falling all over. They probably be looking at you falling over shit and like, what the fuck going on? That's why they probably staring.
Right.
But just shit like that. And it's just unfortunate that he keeps lying because this receipt he could have easily got out of. All he had to say was, I drunk call people all day. And then he could have just let it go. But he had to add on, oh, this big grandstand thing that happened when you were asking me, like, what day was that? I want to say probably midway
And
through.
please like the video, y'all. This is exclusive tea here. It better be likes on this motherfucking video. I ain't even checked. Okay, go ahead,
Sorry,
True.
my energy is low, y'all. Like, I'm tired.
No, it's all
Um,
right.
Midway through, what did he say? I'm trying to think because I literally just got up, so I'm trying to like get oriented, basically.
Okay. Well, he did say that there was no pictures exchange or no request about being on the camera. Um,
Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. I remember that now. Yeah, he basically the first or second day, he's like, "Oh, come on web or come on the video or whatever," and I said no, and so he had turned his video on and he was like showing his tattoos. He's like, "Yeah, this is my blah 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 tattoo. This is the same tattoo that my brother has," and da 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 da, whatever it was, like all the different tattoos.
uh-huh.
And I was
Okay.
like, oh, cool, whatever. Like, I'm just like, at this point, like, it's the very beginning phase. So, I'm being polite. I'm being, more easygoing. I'm laughing, ha ha ha, whatever. But in my head, I'm just thinking, like, why is he doing all this? I was just thinking, like, does he not know that we're in the beef sector? Like, I feel like he should have done this in, like, I don't know, like the tea cutting sector, like, or, like teacups or something. Like, I don't know why you're doing this here, but obviously I don't record it. So it is what it is, just my word versus his at that point. But
Right.
he was just doing all kind of stuff like that. And then I'm trying to think what else was he showing me. Oh, you know, he would show Christopher the different stuff like that, and that was like the first or second day of like one of his drunk calls. But he was like out of it because I don't know why he was drinking so heavy back then. I do know around the time he got kicked out in that motel.
Mhm.
Now it makes sense that 13 calls with those drunk voicemails add up too, because
Okay.
you heard a little bit of it when he was saying my name. It was like
Mhm.
he was drunk out of his mind. I didn't play it all because I don't even at some points I don't even think he knew he was even on a voicemail.
Well, that's what I was telling them because remember you sent me the one voicemail in its entirety.
Oh yeah, I
And I
played
and
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I listened to that one, and this was before he decided to drop it here on here
Hmm.
for y'all. But I could tell that you had edited a couple of things from the one that I listened to in its entirety, and that's what you used in this one that you put in the video, the Mariah Carey.
Yep. And it's a good question. Someone just asked why Lim kept talking offline secret, probably because in your closet. Now, that's a really good question because I would ask him that too. I was like, why do you even keep calling me? Because you literally aren't getting any content from me. Like, the way that I saw his formula as a viewer is that he would do his show and then the next morning or that night, he would then call people all the time, right? And
Mhm.
then during the day, he would call people. Like, he'd be like, yeah, I talked to Ness at 12 o'clock. And then I talked to
So
Bree and I
y'all
talked,
get the
like, he was
likes up on the
talking.
video. It's too many of y'all up in here not to be liking the video. If you don't get the likes on the video, I'm gonna be forced to switch this to members mode, and only the members could type. Like the video, thank you. Go ahead, Control.
Yeah, so he was talking to all these people to, and I'm assuming to get content for that night. So I would always tell him like, dude, like I was like, you're wasting time. Like you should probably be calling, other people. Like it's like he's like, no, I enjoy talking to you or whatever. I was like, that's cool and all, but I can't talk at night all the time. I can't keep on being up late, And he even showed one of the messages where I was like, I'm not gonna be able to talk after 10. Like you need to kind of stop doing that. But he kept doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the frictional point in our friendship.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Okay. And then also, so someone asked, what was your motive for talking to him all of those months?
The initial motive, which is what I need to go through. So I don't know if I'm gonna just do like an interview or something, but the quick version was just literally back then, if you guys remember, I started to upload clips and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was basically like, you know what? Maybe I'll get back in it. Maybe I'll get back on a board. And so the best way to get back on a board is to try to see, well, who's at the top. And I didn't know him at all. Like he always was here when I wasn't. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just, start to mingle and get to know the different people out here since I might be coming back. And then I didn't, I changed my mind like midway through. And that's especially when I was like, yeah, you should be talking to other people. Like it was a waste of time at that point.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So do you answer that? Yeah, if you want to do a more of a thorough interview, I'd be more than happy to have it with you at any point this weekend if you are available, and that way it'll give me an opportunity to get some questions together.
Hold on. I did tell someone else, well, hold on.
Oh, you
Should
promised the
Wildman
interview
called you?
already?
I didn't promise like an interview. I was just like, yeah, I'll come up. So I didn't really want to. I just got to figure out what I want to do because I haven't even like did any plans or stuff because I really just want to do like not a one and done type of thing
Mm-hmm.
per se. I just don't want to like I'm not going to be able to just keep coming up here and doing interviews and talking about it. Like it's not that deep to me. He's
Right.
the one that seemed bothered. I mean, he sounded hurt. Like he was about to damn near cry last night. I'm like, I felt a little bad, low key, actually. So
Right.
I just want to kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna just cover your lies that you said last night,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you just let it go, then we can let it go. But he's talking about, oh, I know he was talking to this person, or he told me about this person, that person. It's like, dude, first of all, I'm not even a content creator, so you can go and make up as much tea as you want. It's not gonna impact me. I don't give a fuck. Oh god, my timer. Hold on. I'm
Okay.
gonna pause that for a
And yeah, thank y'all
second.
for liking the video. Keep the likes going up. And hey to Yvonne, a member. But if you doing it, if you are gonna do, because I was thinking just the one and done as well, even if it's not over here. But out of
Well,
curiosity, is it Nest that you supposed to go over there for Nest?
no, 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 no. It was I was just saying like, oh yeah, I'll go on your platform. Like someone mentioned it. It's like, oh yeah, oh well, Demon Soul mentioned last night like about a pink. I think she calls it like her pink
Oh,
tablecloth or
yeah,
something
do
like
it
that.
with
And so
Demon
I heard her
Soul.
say it. Yeah, so I might do some here, some there, whatever. But
That'll be perfect. Thank you, Miss B, for becoming a member. I appreciate it.
Oh, they want me to
Um,
do like a full interview. Hold on.
well, if
Don't
you
threaten
do
me
it
with a
at the
good
Miss
time.
O, then I could just come over there to her platform with any questions that I might come up with, and then that way you could do it one and done.
Hold on. Sorry, I just got a message.
Okay.
Can you say that one
Okay.
more time?
I said, even if you do it with Demon Soul, I said that'll be fine too. And I could just come over there with any questions that I might come up with over the course
Oh
of
yeah, true,
today.
true, true.
And then I could just ask you over there with her.
Okay, yeah, we can do something like that.
Yeah, she
But
could
it's
do a
probably I don't
pink
know if it's
table
gonna be
talk
today
with
because
you.
my day is kind of packed.
Hmm.
But we'll figure it out. I'm still
Yeah.
debating like, do I want to do an upload, which is like time consuming. I was like, oh, I don't feel like doing that shit either. I was really thinking that he would just shut up because I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, you realize? But anyways, I let him keep. I guess he want to keep rolling with lies. I don't know.
Yeah. And for so Triple don't want none of this up on his channel. He don't want to be active in this sector. That's the part
Yeah,
that you're
I'm just
not
kind of
getting,
over it.
December, baby. He don't want to be active on this sector. So that's why he not doing it on his channel. He don't even want to be talking about this, but Lemon came out here lying.
Yeah, and let's be clear. I actually want to clarify this because I kept hearing people say stuff like, "Why would he do this? What is he doing this for?" And all this bullshit. And I'm like, I understand people can't watch that live because it's long. It gets deleted. You don't see
Hmm.
it. And I do realize like that post to me makes sense, but me writing it in, irritation is probably not the
Hmm.
clearest post ever. So,
Right.
but basically for me, the reason why I responded is because he went live not once, but twice, perpetuating this lie. And for
Right.
me, it's like the first time I let it, I was like, whatever. But then he did it the second day, which it was unprovoked. I came on
Hmm.
Pizarro's live. He was in the chat calling me Urkel, whatever. They're like, Coolin was like, hey, like, you see what Lemon's saying? And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I don't know him. Like, I basically was Mariah carrying him, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And he should have just went about his day. But what really happened is he knew he was blocked. So since he was blocked, it hurt his ego. So he had to, keep it going. That's why he even mentioned it right at the start of that live. He was like, "Oh, Triple blocked me. He real mad. He mad." And then he like, "Well, here's your episode." Doing all that goofy shit that he does.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
But I know
I
you
felt
got
like
like,
it was him lashing out because he was blocked by you, and
mm-hmm.
he was just trying to get your attention. Because honestly, I was trying to find that Laurie cuss out when he cussed you out at Laurie's, because I thought that was way out of just left field. But it was probably
Well,
several different reasons why he cussed you out that day. What's
right, and that
good,
Lori
Beach?
live is 3 weeks old, and the only reason why I know that is because my post is 3 weeks old, where I said I have the keys to everything, and I was in reference to that live.
Oh,
They
oh
thought I was talking
yeah.
about all these
But
other people, and I was kind
Pizarro,
of laughing.
they thought
Yeah.
that you were talking about Pizarro having the keys to
Hmm.
everything. But see, when he did that post about the keys to everything, he was talking about Lemon. So now that you said that, I'm gonna go probably today. I will try to get to 3 weeks ago for Laurie's lives and see if I can find that clip of him cussing you out. And then we could
Yeah.
definitely analyze that. Because I have time to do it this weekend.
Yeah, I like to leave breadcrumbs because when this dumb shit happens, I can reference points and it makes it easier for me to figure out where I need to get stuff or whatever. That's why I do stuff like that. I mean, one, it's just kind of fun, like just to make it like a mystery, but it's also for me to bookmark shit. So I'm like, okay, this was the time frame. Let me go back there.
And thank you, Black Mamba. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that you got the membership. My apologies. Black Mamba said I got a membership too. My bad. I'm sorry, Black Mamba.
And then it was something else you said. Shit, what was it? Oh, there was another point you said was, well, no, you clarified. You were like, oh, we're talking every day. No, that hell no.
Hmm.
And the biggest issue for me or my irritation was just like he just had no, what's the word? I don't want to say respect. I guess he moved his lives times to try to catch me before I go to bed. Obviously, I guess that's some sort of like meet. Oh, the meet in the middle. That's what it was. The meet in the middle part. Everybody was like, I don't know if you saw that. It was a screenshot of he basically started dropping like text. Did you see that
Hmm.
or did you fall asleep?
No, I fell asleep.
Okay. I think they're probably posted somewhere. I'd assume Hollywood has it or
Okay.
Yollywood. But
Okay.
basically, there was like some. Let me see if I screenshot it real quick so I could just read it clearly off there. And then after that, I gotta. Y'all, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this day, y'all. Because what I ended up doing is I had the live playing while I was sleeping, so it was waking
Mhm.
me up randomly with like yelling, and then like I was like, oh fuck, like what did I miss? But I just couldn't stay up. I just can't keep sacrificing sleep for this bullshit.
Right.
Um,
No,
let
I
me
don't blame
see.
you. I ended up going to sleep and got back up. I was tired as hell though. I ain't gonna lie this morning. But I came on for the show and I'm actually happy I did, especially for you to be able to come up for a few.
Yes, yes. What I'm looking for, y'all. Hold on. I know I would screenshot it, but why is it not in my images? You could talk while I'm looking. Or
Okay, sorry. Well, I just was thinking that this is so fitting too that this is coming out now because we are currently reading on the download by J.L.
mm,
King for Demon Soul Book Club. I
that
had that
part.
book. That's what I fell asleep trying to get through. My first couple of chapters with that. But I had him playing as well. But for this to be Pride Month, plus we've been reading on the download by J.L. King, only for the shit to be hitting the fan as it relates to this right now. I mean, it's almost like all the stars are finally aligning up in the universe. Is that I can say that much about it because
Well,
I knew for certain that he was lying because he was stuttering, he was and
mm-hmm.
and then he was going all into details that wasn't even asked for. Ness would be like, "Well, how long were you and him talking?" Well, you see, I had went and got a slice of pizza, and then I had went and got the Chick-fil-A, and then he called. You know, he was giving way too many things instead of when they said, "How long did y'all talk?" and then he just should have said, "Oh, maybe 2 or 3 months."
Yeah,
He
he was
went and
talking.
talked about what he ate for dinner, all of this kind of crap before he even got to answering this girl question. It was crazy.
Yeah, I call it rabbit hole answering when they just go on a rabbit or not a rabbit hole, but when they go on what do they call it? Oh, it is a rabbit hole. When you go on a rabbit hole, like you just start going through a bunch of shit that is not necessary.
Mhm.
So it was two things in those messages I found them.
Okay.
So the first one was I'm nice to you, Shirley. And he cropped it out. I don't know if he was purposely doing that, but in that message, it was a meme. And the meme was basically like, when you're so mean to people or something like that. And he made a comment like, probably like a week or two ago, talking about like, yeah, like you know, you are kind of mean. Like, you really are rude. And because I dragged him in a text message thread, mainly because I okay, one way I test my friends before I decide to make friends is I tend to poke people, and then if you can handle it, if you're not emotional, then I'll let you. I'll let my not let my guard down, but I'll kind of be like, oh, like you might be a good enough. Like you'll be able to handle my shade that we could become friends, basically.
Mhm.
So, um, I definitely like will shoot the shit with my friends. Like we drag each other all the time. Like we literally was going out the other day and the luggage was like old, and I was like, damn, that luggage so old, like that shit about to fall apart. Like you need to get a new piece of luggage. Like that's just shitty, you making us look bad. And then we laughing, but like most people probably would feel offended. You know what I mean? Like that's just how we
Right.
talk with each other.
Mhm.
But anyways, that's what I was doing. Because it was basically a friendship, and in certain ways. But I don't know. I don't think he could handle it. So that's why I was like, I'm nice to you, Shirley. And then the other part was meet me in the middle, which for some reason I don't have that, which is weird. Wait, it's got to be in here. Like I have I'm nice to you Shirley like 3 times. Like the fuck was I doing? I must have been like half asleep. Well, I'll just say it because I remember it for pretty much. But basically, um, I said something like, "Meet me." Oh, you never meet me in the middle. And so if you look at the timestamp, it says like 3:14 or something like that. But y'all got
Mhm.
to remember that's his time, not my time. So
Okay.
in my time, it's like six something. I
Mhm.
typically get up, if I can, at six. That's why I
Okay.
start doing everything, and then I'm ready to start moving around by like 7:30. Like doing everything I need to do.
Mhm.
And so I called him right at that time because he keeps calling me while I'm asleep. So I was like, well, let me pay him the favor and call his stupid ass when he's asleep. That's
Okay.
why I did that. And then I wrote that message to be Shay, like, you never meet me in the middle, basically, because I've said before, if you need to call, like, if there's something you need to call for, call me during the day. Stop calling me at night. That's basically how that message thread went. But of course, it doesn't have a context in it.
Now, Simply May did pay for this super chat, and she said,
Oh,
"Did he watch the movie?"
I don't know. He didn't actually even comment to it, and that's another thing why I hate about text. Sometimes is like you'll miss the verbal ish. So like after the fact, I think he called that night or some bullshit like per usual, and I was like, oh, you didn't watch Pillion, like just being shady. He was like, no, I ain't watched that shit. Like what the fuck was that? And I was like, no, I was just being shady. Like you know, no need to trip because he was pissed, and I think he got pissed because I don't know. He always had a level of defense up, even though he trust me in some instances. He always felt like he would always be like, yeah, you recording or what are you doing? Or like he would always do stupid shit like that. So he probably
Hmm.
thought I was trying to trap him or something.
Yeah, I remember you did tell me that he was always thinking that you was recording him,
Yeah, he was paranoid.
being very paranoid. Hmm.
And let's clarify that timeline too. I didn't mention anything to you until that Lori thing. Correct?
Correct. It was
Okay.
after.
Because I
It was
wasn't spilling
after.
his shit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No. So it was after Lemon cussed him the hell out at Laurie's for no good goddamn reason that I inquired to Triple privately. And I was like, why the fuck is he getting mad at you like this? Because my thought and the reason why I approached Triple, not to be up in their
Mm-hmm.
business, I ain't even know anything about their business. But I was thinking to myself, if VS is the one that's coming at you legally, why in the hell would you cuss out Triple when it was his video that you was playing to in the first place? My whole thought was, why even make a new enemy when VS is already coming for you with your stupid ass? Only for Triple to elaborate at that particular point.
That's true, but he doesn't think like he's logical in some instances, but I don't think in that he wasn't really being logical. I honestly think he was drunk. And I'm
Hmm.
glad that he at least admitted that lie. I don't know if you covered that. You probably did.
Yeah, I did. I
Um,
talked about how it came out that he has been drinking on and off this entire time and that he's not been sober this whole time, like
exactly.
what he made people think. And I was saying that he slick owed Lady Nika an apology that he wasn't trying to give her, but he owed her and several other people that he done cussed clean the fuck out. He owed Face
Mm-hmm.
Yaya an apology. He owed a lot of people an apology because he cussed them out when they accused him of drinking. Um, and said that they was lying on him when he was in fact drunk.
Yep. And I got 60 seconds, so let's just maybe see if there's anything in the chat, and then I gotta keep it
Okay.
pushing.
All right,
Um,
Triple. Well,
no, I mean,
Simply Made was the last major comment that I saw posted here. But let me make sure that I ain't missed nothing.
was there a trip plan? No, there was no trip plan. I do want to elaborate on that though, because it was fucking funny, but I don't think I have
Okay.
time to cover that. But no, there was no trip plan. No, to the other part.
Okay.
What I
Well,
did
yeah.
say to him though, well, I'll
Oh,
clarify
go ahead.
on one thing I did say is I was like, why do you keep calling people at night? If you don't have any reason to call them, like, because he wouldn't call to say anything. I mean, he would literally call to play. He'd be like, "Oh, let's have a concert," and he's wanting to play some fucking Nicki Minaj songs and stuff like that. It used to irritate the shit out of me. I would literally just put it phone on mute and like put it somewhere in the room and like do whatever I was doing. Because I don't want to hear no fucking Nicki Minaj songs, but I was just being polite because he loves Nicki Minaj apparently. And then what else would he do? He would just be just blabbering on about what happened on the show, and I'm like, you could. I don't really get that part though. I mean, I get talking about the show, but most of the time it wasn't like anything to talk about because it was just other people just having discussions. It wasn't necessarily like your show, if that makes sense. He's been getting a
Right.
little better with it, I think, but yeah. So it was just like whatever. Um, who else got a question?
Um.
Hold on, wait. Somebody said in the caps. Did you talk about King Roman and Kyle's and other CCs? No, the only thing that we did do is like if something were to go down, like let's just pretend like someone just went live about like for example, it was a screenshot that he showed where he sent me MB's live. And I'm like, why are you sending me this? So like we might discuss a live. So if they're in the live, like if it's King Roman's live or something, we might be like, oh yeah, did you see King Roman's live? Yeah, it was this. You know what I'm saying? But it was never like um secrets and talking shit or anything like that, you know?
I think he was pulling a lot of stuff out the crack of his ass to kind of throw you under the bus. And that's why he was talking as if y'all had talked about King Roman or talked about Kaios or talked about all these people behind their back.
He's
And
getting
that's
ahead
why
of it.
I didn't even pay no mind to that stuff because I already know deflection when I see it. And thank you
Yeah.
so much, C Mac. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I
He
already knew that it was deflection and bullshit. He was just throwing anything on the wall to see what was gonna stick.
yeah, basically one thing you can always tell is when someone's bluffing is
Hmm.
when they're like, "Oh, I'm holding the tea," but like they don't give you even a piece of it. Like or like for example, if I talked about like 20 people or assortment of people, what would have been the big deal to drop Kyle's piece?
Right.
Like what
And
like
not
why not
only
give
that,
us a
he had
piece?
just told Ness that he had told everything and there was nothing more to be said. But then he turned
And
around and acted like he still had something that he could release later once he realized you were on your community wall.
exactly. And he said that what did he say? He was like, "Oh yeah, anytime he would tell me something, like he never gave his sources, he never said names. Like I'm very secretive. You know that. Like you when do I ever give you like hot tea unless it's like okay, this bitch truly tried me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you never get like I'm like a vault, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm sure you can attest to that cuz I know one time you were like, "Give me that hot tea." And I was like, "Uh-uh."
Now he ain't just gonna outright say anything unless
Mm-mm.
it's necessary. And honestly, this first time that he even said something was because Lemon drew attention to everything by the way he acted.
Yep. But I do got to drop. Ugh, I know you got
Okay.
to drop too, but it was good. It was a
Yeah.
nice little chat. Thank you.
Yeah, it was. Thank you for joining me up here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
y'all
you.
got me out the bed early. But I know this ain't the juicy stuff, y'all. I know y'all want some more juicy stuff, but I'll probably just drop the image or whatever. It's just that'd honestly be the smoking gun. But anyways, all right,
Okay.
guys, I will catch you later.
All right. Bye, Trip. Thank you.
Peace.
All right. Y'all, please like the video. Thank you so much. It's much appreciated. And Triple, thank you for taking the time to come out here or to come up here. That was a very impromptu interview. Hopefully he was able to answer some questions that you guys had. I guess it's gonna be up to see what other lies Lemon gonna come up with later, and then I think that would determine if any more needs to be said, or if he's gonna go to Demon Souls. I'm gonna be over there, whatever. But I appreciate y'all so much for the support. Thank you to the members that I have. Thank you to my regular members, but then also thank you to my new members. I do want to thank the people who donated to the stream today as well. Let me go ahead and scroll through here to look at the people that donated. So, thank you to Certified Weirdo. Thank you to Black Mamba. Thank you to Dreamy Genie Blue. Thank you to Miss B for becoming a new member. Thank you to Simply Made. Thank you for that. Oh, Simply Made, I didn't even know that you had contributed again. Was there a trip planned and did you ask him? Okay, so Triple did answer that. Thank you, Simply Made. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had started moving around the house, so I didn't even see the that other donation. My bad, Simply Made. Thank you to C Mac and thank you to Ebony with the IE. It is much appreciated. If y'all got here late, definitely catch the replay and make sure that you like the video. We'll see how everything unfolds as we move about the rest of the day. But I can say one thing, Lemon, if you gonna lie, just shut the hell up. Cause the more you lie, the bigger of a hole you're gonna dig for yourself. Cause the receipts don't lie. Triple is old school beef sector. He believes in the power of receipts. Y'all, take care, be blessed, don't stress, and I'll holler at y'all later. And thank y'all again for the support. Bye, y'all.